So the new Imaginarium Theater game mode's coming out in 4.7 and it's going to start with a restriction on the elements you can bring. We're allowed Electro, Anemo and Pyro characters, and there'll be trial characters provided in case you don't have them on your account. In order to prepare for Theater, let's look at 10 characters to consider building so your collection's a bit stronger when it drops. It's worth noting that if you're building characters you haven't leveled yet, you're going to get a Quaint Fates ascending at level 20, 50 and 70, which is a nice bonus. Also, you don't need to build them all the way up to level 90 and triple crown them. They just need to be built enough that they don't drag the team down. Okay, so let's get the obvious 3 out of the way first. Bennett, Xiangling and Fischl. You want 4-piece Noblesse on Bennett, 4-piece Emblem on Xiangling, and 4-piece Golden Troop on Fischl. If you don't have a good Golden Troop 4-piece, you can go with a combination of 2 pieces from either Golden Troop, Thunder and Fury, or an attack set. For weapons, give Bennett something with a higher base attack to buff your teammates more, or something with energy recharge if you're struggling to get his burst back. Xiangling can hold the catch, which we get for free, and either give Fischl Stringless, a crit weapon, or the Fontaine craftable Song of Stillness. Theater already gives us 3 DPSs in Clorinde, Arlecchino and Wanderer, and it's likely you'll be choosing a DPS from your friends list to add to your collection. With you now having 4 DPSs, it's worth bringing some supports to make them deal more damage. Even though there's a trial version provided, the Toothpaste Archon Pharazan gets value from her constellations, so you could build her given the fact we get Wanderer, and you might even add Xiao to your collection. Give Pharazan Favonius Warbow, 4-piece Noblesse, and build nothing but energy recharge and crit rate on her, and you'll be good to go. She's not going to take too many materials either because you only need to level a burst. If you have a copy of Chevreuse, she's going to be useful in this version of Imaginarium Theater. As you know, we can only bring 3 elements, which is Pyro, Electro and Anemo, and Chevreuse is built around 2 of them. She functions at C0, so you only need 1 copy. Give her Favonius Lance for particles for the team, as well as 4-piece Noblesse to give everyone attack. Another benefit of Chevreuse is that she lets you save your Bennett for your other teams. She provides enough advantages to the team herself with a Pyro and Electro Shred, her attack buff, her healing, and a little bit of damage that people often forget about. Let's just pray that she's on Clorinde's banner and doesn't hide into Vat's arsehole like Kave has for over a year. To support your attack scaling DPSs, you could build Yakujo Sara. She'll get a lot of value from a C6 of course, but if you don't have a C6, you're still going to give attack to your team, which means you can save your Bennett for harder stages like the bosses. You only need to level a skill, although it is nice to level a burst too for the extra damage. Her attack buff scales off a base attack, so if you have a weapon with a high base attack, that'll be useful. 4-piece Emblem is best for a damage, and 4-piece Noblesse will be the best choice if you don't already have a Noblesse holder in the team. For our next character, let's give Beidou some love. When she's not got a mouthful of Ningguang, she's dealing big electro damage that jumps between enemies, making her suitable to a lot of the AoE situations you'll be dealing with here. Her constellations also provide a shield for survivability, and electro resistance shred making your other electro characters hit harder. You only need to level a burst, so she's not that high investment, and she has a lot of good claymore options. Give her a lot of energy recharge and 4-piece emblem and you're good to go. With some stages having enemies spread about, it's worth bringing an Anemo unit for crowd control. Sucrose is a good choice because she can hold Thrilling Tales and buff the team's elemental mastery. It's more likely you'll have Kazuha built and he's going to give your team an elemental damage buff, and Venti's an option too and you'll be able to provide the team with energy from his passive. Give either of them 4-piece Viridescent Venera and you're sorted for crowd control. Now the Theater's access through Lisa's library, and using her will provide your team with a couple juicy benefits. She gives a defense shred from her passive, which benefits all damage dealers on the team. She works as a burst support at C0, and she can hold 4-piece Noblesse for extra attack for the team. For weapons, go for either Thrilling Tales for an attack buff, the craftable Hakushin Ring to buff the team's elemental damage, or if you don't want to run a healer, you could give a prototype Amber. A lot of you might not need healers with it being characters like Beidou and Chevreuse, that provide a little bit of comfort for characters like Arlecchino and Clorinde with self-sustain built into the kits. If you do want a bit more comfort though, then it's worth investing in a healer that can do more than just healing. Jean and Xianyun can hold either 4-piece Viridescent Venera or 4-piece Noblesse. If you pulled Xianyun and you haven't built her yet, there are characters like Xiao and Gaming that can benefit a lot from her in Theater. If you maybe lost a 50-50 to Jean and you haven't built her yet out of spite, which I know a few if you have, building her even just to 70 and ascending is going to give your team a lot more comfort. On top of the 10 characters I just mentioned, it's worth building any extra DPSs you plan to bring in there. Even though we'll have a lot of options, you might have yourself a strong one like Xiao or a C6 Gaming sitting on the bench. I dropped a guide over the weekend showing you how to build Clorinde. Check that out if you're interested, and take it easy.